Hey everyone, and welcome to our second very special Halloween episode of Mostly Harmful. We're titling this one Never Spook the Party, and we are Never Split the Party, playing Paizo Starfinder. If you haven't joined us, tonight's going to be confusing for a number of reasons. One, we're setting this in between seasons 1 and season 2. We're midway through season 2 otherwise. Patrick is oddly in Chris's house. Chris is void. He decided to go on a honeymoon or some such. We didn't quite get Roll20 as set up as we wanted for our overlay, so that's going to be fun. And for our audio listeners, you don't care about that because you just like our sweet, sultry voices. Except Patrick echoes tonight, so I'm so sorry. Wait, what? Will you don't do that.
May I interrupt
I don't like that.
Really quick?
Yeah.
I am not Miller.
Oh, no, you're not.
Justin. God.
I am Miller.
So we have so Justin thinks all Yosoki look alike and has placed
As bad as Rye.
No, you were in the right spot, and then when we switched, you switched again.
So what video do we need to switch to figure out this?
I don't know.
Gonna have to do it.
Hold on.
It's you in the other video.
I'm screwing everything up. Here we go.
So Chris needs to stop his video, and so does.
Oh, this is gonna ruin everything.
Oh,
hey, you get my phone camera.
Now I'm right.
Oh no!
Exactly where I want to be. What kind of hijinks can I get him into?
Still not right.
All of the things.
So Pat needs to stop his video.
Pat is brawled now. This is perfect. This is how we're rolling with the episode.
Could you just do it like manually, Justin, and suck it up?
I got a hammer.
I'm pretty sure it's fixed if Pat stops his video.
Pat, stop your video.
I'll stop your video.
Oh.
Pat, start your video.
Oh, except we're not because Dustin's in the wrong spot. Kind of.
None of this is.
There's two Dustins
Dustin
now.
is both Miller and the game master. It works out. That's what it actually is today.
That's fine. I don't. This isn't the camera I want. I don't want you on vertical camera. Hold on. If I switch it widescreen, does that work?
It should.
Holy crap! It does.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, I still don't want this. This is coming from like my third chin, guys. Come on. Come on. All right. So for audio folks, we're just gonna edit this out. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Did you just do something you tell everyone not to do?
No, you're not really gonna keep this awful side view. You are, aren't you?
What?
What?
Yes.
I don't see a side view. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's more of a 3/4 view
looks
from a lower
perfect to me.
angle.
Looks perfectly fine to me. Do you guys see any problems? I don't.
I mean, I see Dustin.
I don't know, Dustin. Are you
I
going
see
to fix
some
it?
like spaceships flying around. How'd you get that effect?
Oh, this is just how my basement lives. All right, we're gonna try that lovely opening one more time. We're gonna get into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's very special episode of Mostly Harmful, our Starfinder campaign. This is a Halloween special, part 2 of 3. If you missed last week, it's on our YouTube at bit.ly/neveryoutube. Maybe you can still catch it in the Twitch past videos, but YouTube's better. Come on, head over there for past videos. Otherwise, Twitch is great. Sorry, Twitch. Thank you, Justin, for manually fixing all the screens. I lost track of all the thoughts. Tonight's episode is going to be titled Never Spook the Party. As I said earlier during our first intro, I don't know which one Justin will keep. Probably none of them. We are doing a Halloween special set between seasons 1 and seasons 2 of our normal Starfinder campaign. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Roll that. Let's go with introductions. And Justin, let's actually edit this audio podcast maybe. I hope I don't get this one. All right, my name is Dustin. I also go by the Arbitrary Nerd, and I am the GM for this campaign and most campaigns except for November when I'm making Chris do it for a month. If the party would love to introduce themselves next, I would be very happy with that.
Hi, my name is Chris, and I am playing Miller Dartwood Abigail Priest. That is Priest, spelled Price. And I'm the best Durkin mechanic this side of the other side. In my spare time, I like to moonlight as Patrick. He is playing Reich Oren. He is a Lashunta envoy, the captain of this crew. It's up for debate how effective he is.
All right, I'm Justin. I play Seeker, the android technomancer and artist extraordinaire, or not. I don't know.
Fine.
Yeah, that's me. I make
And-
egg art.
Yes, thank you. Once again, Chris is absent for this episode. He normally plays Miller. Miller will be very quiet this episode and played by me. Hey, this is still Dustin for audio folks who can't tell because I'm sick and lost my voice.
My favorite thing is I'm logged into his Twitch. So he is
What is that?
as am
Don't
I.
worry about it.
And continuing interactions, my name is Michael, and I am playing Zero, the Lashuta envoy.
Oh,
What?
I get it.
That's me second too. I'm going to allow it.
I don't like it.
Who also happens to be an android operative somehow.
Spooky android operative. I guess that leaves it to me. I'm Nick. I play Brawl for this Halloween spooky session. I've still got my fists for now. I'm also naked. Thanks, Rye.
Yeah, you're welcome. I got you naked.
Yeah.
For the record, I'll
Yeah.
get some clarifications because I know that was a little weird.
Nah.
Everyone got special assignments / semi curses / I'm following up on my same thing I did in Supernatural a little bit. Eat me, and they have like kind of different things going on for the Halloween special. Raish Oren has some sort of special relationship with brunch, apparently. Seeker is clearly the red herring, obviously. You'd have to go back and watch episode 1 to see how that was. Zero got turned incorporeal, and at the end of the episode, when I forced him to leave the ship through GM magic, he maybe sort of got sucked into Rai's body and is now cohabitating. The rest of the party does not officially know this, although Rai has been shrieking shrilly for some time now. Brawl, the naked bit is because we're in the middle of season 1 and season 2, and we had some lore that Brawl had been introduced to some like Nair or hair removal cream as a prank from Rai, and we're rolling with it because that's the timeline we're in. His kind of curse thing we caught on was that he can't really perceive Miller most of the time or interact with Miller and seems to forget he exists. They haven't figured out what the trigger is. For this episode, it's going to be really easy.
Hey.
Guts I could do Miller way better, kid.
Oh,
Oh, got him.
God, that was worse than your Scottish.
You mean my Irish? Oh no, did I do a Scottish and it turned out? Yeah, that was bad. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want to reprise that. That was
Your French turned Scottish.
my French turned Scottish. That's what it was. We are just as a quick recap. The party. Let's see. Oh God, so much happened that went for like secret from everyone still that I can't talk about. The stuff that everyone knows is that the ship Miller wanted the ship to very much
It's going
enter
to be one of those episodes.
drift, and by forcing them to enter the drift, it seems they entered some sort of strange dimension instead of the drift normal, which is swirly in between space like hyperspace in Star Wars or whatever the hell they call it in Star Trek. It seems they've gone to some kind of meat dimension where all of space is just different thick sort of meat-like grossness. There are like fleshy toned walls at the edge of space. It looks like it should be close, but it seems to be infinitely far. And they were forced to land on a particularly meaty looking planetoid. And we're heading in the direction of some sort of life form cluster that the ship sensors picked up. Yeah, when you wing last week's episode, it's hard to recap it. Damn.
It's a giant butt. We landed on a giant butt in space.
I believe I confirmed nor denied that. So
I always thought of it as like a meatball.
I will probably be okay with whatever you guys want to keep it as. I am not going to be overly offended. Did you guys want to add anything to the recap? Oh, for the bonus crew, Not Sob seems to be way more articulate. That's their goblin companion that travels on the ship and sometimes moonlights as the mechanic. He has become much more was the word erudite. And he's using some big words and throwing some shade at Rye. I don't think you guys have even checked in on Stevenson,
No.
which is funny. And Rex has just been questioning Rye's leadership, but since that's just one of his personality profiles in the news, I don't know if that's actually something to worry about. Everything else seems to have come back, these kind of curses from some sort of dark, oppressive thing that spread throughout the ship. Anything else, guys?
Well, Miller kind of ate the drift drive for the ship.
Yeah, I gave the drift drive some sort of actuator key so he could keep them in the meat dimension, and he forced him to eat it through a failed will save as he's having some issues with his curse thing going on there. He seems fine now. He's gonna have some stomach aches later and probably diarrhea, but for now he's good.
And I would be remiss if I didn't mention how much everybody loves brunch outside of Rye.
Well, Seeker doesn't know if he loves brunch.
You know who doesn't like brunch? The victims of a brunching.
You mean like pigs?
If you guys ever want to get, pigs probably not. If you guys ever want to get into a little bit more of the what's going on with brunch or the backstory of the show, or maybe sometimes influence what goes on in the show, stutter. Don't mind that.
Bip.
We try that again.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, if you want to join in the fun, definitely check out our Discord at bit.ly/neverdiscord. All right, that's it for recapping nonsense. I'm going to go ahead and get going with the episode. Last time we left off, you guys are approaching across the spongy but firm ground and approaching a settlement on the distance. You did not see any moving life forms from where you guys were, your vantage point was, which is probably about a mile or so off. But the buildings themselves looked normal. They looked like a settlement. You're a little too far away to determine what style of building they are, but they at least seemed normal enough that you guys felt comfortable continuing your approach. You guys need you need to kind of figure out what's going on with your curses. If possible, you need to get the drift drive thing back from Brawl, and you need to get off the meat planet. But the meat planet is apparently also a bit handsy because it had some sort of large, massive tentacle that pulled you guys down to the planet. So those are kind of what you guys are working against for this episode.
Is the ground hairy?
No, there is no visible hair.
If we got to get the drift drive back from me, I'm going back in the ship, and then I'm getting out of here.
What? Did I misspeak?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. The drift drive actuator is currently residing inside of Miller, who is just looking slightly pale and green around the edges of his fur. I guess you really can't tell if Yosoki's sick.
Now who's speciest?
Who's naked? All right. As you guys are approaching the village, what's your game plan there, or the settlement?
I yell at Miller. Hey, Miller, where's that shop that you were talking about so that we can exchange money for goods that we so desperately need?
He just lifts a little,
I want to hear him talk.
Little rat paw, and he points and goes,
No, remember, it's the Yosoki silence treatment.
Don't give him a valid reason.
Saved by the silent treatment. Oh, yeah.
Stupid.
So Miller points. Anyone else figure out their approach to this settlement?
Brawl's real good at just walking right into things.
Walls. Low-hanging fruit.
Seeker's probably looking around everywhere, just kind of touching the ground, poking it, feeling okay, can I scoop it? Is it dirt or is it actually meat? Can I get my hand? Trying to dig.
Oh, sure. Let me think about how the mechanics of this planet works when you try to
great.
through it. God, that's awkward. I'd say that it seems firm enough that it resists your hand attempting to dig clumps out of it. But if you had a shovel, you could probably do some work.
Does anybody have a shovel?
No.
Or maybe a trowel. A trowel will do.
No.
Miller reaches into one of his pouches and pulls out a small, little hand shovel.
Does anybody stop me from grabbing it?
Yes.
No.
I slap your hand.
What was that for?
Let's not piss off the planet that we just landed on.
But it's so interesting, and I just want to see what's.
I slap his hand again, even though he's not going for the shovel.
Fine. Ouch. Jeez.
That'll learn you.
Where's Zero?
This whole time, all I needed was physical violence.
Where is Zero, by the way?
Isn't he still on the ship?
I'm carrying a piece of him here and here. Shut up.
In your heart and into your thoughts and prayers? Right. I mean, he is a ghost.
No, I'm pretty sure part of him is in my kidney.
Now you lost me.
I found him.
What,
Well, you
Oh,
did.
kid, why
What,
don't
did
you
you eat him?
exercise him?
we don't know that he's being possessed, though, right?
Nah, but he
I don't
just
think we
suggested he's in his kidney, and that's what Brawl's good at.
Did you
Clearing
eat him?
out some kidneys.
Oh, I'll do it.
I
You want?
can't believe that you would say such terrible, terrible things about Brawl. Zero.
I think he's just talking to himself.
Terrible.
I
He's
have
done it
no clue
before,
what's
but
happening.
You're not gonna fool me this time.
No, back on the ship. Zero and Seeker were squabbling. So I leave. Next thing I know, he's just so deep inside everything.
What?
He's all up in my shit.
That's gross.
I
I
know.
didn't need to hear that.
I still have no clue what you're talking about.
I can hear him breathing in my head.
What? Well, you are telepathic, right?
This is different.
Well, just shut it off.
Do you know what happens when you try to telepathically communicate with something that's inside your head already?
Oh, is
Have you ever
What?
held a camera up to a mirror and then turned it around? So
well,
that-
I've looked in a mirror. Is that anything close? My eyes are kind of like cameras.
Long story short, Zero's possessing me right now, and I don't know.
Oh, I see.
I'm lost.
So first, oh God, you're dumb. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That wasn't me. That was Zero.
But when
Okay.
I see him, he's got something coming his way. Don't.
Oh yeah, the things that he is saying about you. Ooh, boy.
Well, good thing he's incorporeal, because you won't be able to hit him.
Oh, he's not incorporeal anymore.
I mean, he was able to hit Miller a little bit, right?
Well, I'm sure if you punched Rye, Zero would probably feel it now, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
You know
Okay.
what we call
I
that?
got
Two
my
birds
eye.
with one stone.
I slap Brawl on the shoulder from the side. That was him.
He's just asking for it.
If it means anything, I don't think he meant it. No, of course you didn't mean it. He's-
Could I have you guys all make perception checks?
I got 11.
God, I don't even have my macros because I'm.
I
on
got 18.
20. Oh no, everything's manual today. Oh,
What's
boy.
really spooky is the keyboard sounds.
Michael,
so
are you speaking?
sorry.
'Cause I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you at all.
Oh, I didn't know that he was muted. I was just.
I don't know that he's
framing
muted.
him totally.
I do
He
not hear
says
you.
I'm not.
He says he's not
I
muted.
can read lips a little bit.
We cannot hear you, Michael. So I'm sorry if you actually said something useful and I
He
said shut
yeah.
up. 'Cause I
Shut up, Michael.
Oh, I'm
Awful.
sorry. I could just imagine how pissed he'd be if I were just straight up ignoring him and telling him to shut up. I promise. I haven't
No,
said
it's my
anything
body.
since we started broadcasting it.
Well, while Michael tries to figure out whose sound issue, we'll just assume that the personality of Rye is being just too pervasive for him to get a word in edgewise at the moment. What was the highest perception check?
18.
That's it?
I got an 11, so not very great.
Michael's pointing and gesticulating to himself. I guess I could check
He's
the
got a
roll window.
19.
Tarzan.
Hey, does anyone have Did Chris type anything in Roll20?
Nope.
Okay, because it didn't come through for me. Give me a minute.
0 got a 19.
I got the 0 with a 19.
Hey, Pat, you know you could reference your character sheet in the drive. Oh, wait, he hasn't updated it since level 2.
Nah, dude, I already rolled. It didn't go through in Roll20, you jerk.
Just tell us what the bonus is and roll the goddamn die.
9.
So your bonus is 9.
No, I already rolled. I typed in the command. It did not go through to the chat. I then tested other things that were not commands, and nothing came through.
Roll somewhere else. I don't give a fuck.
There we go. It came through. I rolled a 1. Shut up. Are you happy?
Your eyes doing it for all that. Piece of spoop. All right. Actually, none of you guys, including 0 in your body, notice as Miller sneaks off, heading off toward a direction adjacent to the village.
That sounds about right.
Squabbling while Miller lurks off.
Wait, Mike, can we hear you now?
Nope,
can't hear anything. So I just start saying more stuff about, I can't believe he'd say that shit about Brawl.
Michael, we might have to do you either through interpretive dance or by like holding up a whiteboard, a dry erase board.
Interpretive dances. Riley's going to be in the background just...
I'm okay with that. Hey, Nick, thanks for subscribing just so you could spam eyeballs.
You got it.
I strongly appreciate that. So the only problem, hey, do we want to put Hangouts in Miller's window so we can see what Michael's saying? I mean, it would work, right? I guess, maybe. Yeah, all right. So you guys are still kind of dicking about. Do you guys actually make any game plan for approaching the town, or are you just going to stroll in bickering?
Oh, Brawl's just going to stroll in unless somebody stops him or has a better idea.
I'm just real mad in general at everything. Didn't want to be on this planet. Didn't want to be possessed. And I'm only just now realizing that putting the blame on Michael is Zero is a terrible idea, considering that last episode he was my only ally. So I'm totally gonna like try to figure out some way to be like, oh, none of that was him. I've just been possessed before.
I was helping.
So as you guys stroll into the town, you get closer to it. You notice that the buildings are normal shapes, like they're not like in any sort of weird design. They just seem a little bit older than you're used to. Like these are antiques, or even like going back to like civilizations that don't seem to have any technological aspect at all. You've got your like buildings made out of wood. Like there's a tavern not too far off that's made out of wood. It's not like Wild West style, but it is like, you know, wooden door, wooden walls, looks a little run down. Nothing seems to be made out of this like meaty material of the planet. And then there are it's like a little small packed town or village where there's, you know, you can see residences, there are other shops and stores, and you don't see any people about on the streets unless you guys look kind of off down one of the like main roads, and you see that there does appear to be a group of people, hard to make out the number with your awful perception checks, with the number of people approaching you, but they do seem to be robed figures coming to you from about halfway down the town. I'd say they're probably 400 feet off for now. And again, the town around you is just look like an older, like pre-tech town.
Don't people know that wood burns? Why would they build houses out of this? Nothing. just nope. Also, where'd they get the wood?
It just sucks. I lean over to Brawl and I say real quick, hey, all that stuff I thought Zero was saying and doing, turns out I just don't know how to be possessed.
What?
What do you mean you don't know how?
I thought he hit you. Turns out maybe just a weird spasm. Totally wasn't him. And
are you saying you did it?
Perhaps accidentally, yes.
That's
Long
You
story
know-
short, any of the weirdness besides Zero possessing me in the first place, not on him. Right, buddy? And I point a thumbs up at my own head. Mike, do you acknowledge my right, buddy?
Mike, right now it does say you
My
are
left.
muted on Zoom.
My left thumb goes down and faces my own head.
I can't hear
I
him.
think he said he muted himself.
I'm so sorry, Michael.
But Mike's window, like his Zoom is muted too.
That's
so
what I just said. I think he might always have it muted. I don't know how that would work. Oh, he's testing.
He has it muted until further notice.
Okay.
Wait,
All
is
right.
that on purpose?
Yes.
Nick is reading lips right now, Patrick. Just let it go. All right. So as you guys continue to like bicker and talk about inane bullshit, the crowd of robed figures approaches you on the street.
Are they slug
hello,
people?
everybody.
And as they get closer to you, like they do seem to be about like slightly less than human average height. The cloaks are of multicolors. They're not just like, plain brown robes. They are cloaks of like maybe white with some red streaks, some yellow streaks, some patches. They look nicely made, maybe ceremonial of sorts. And they're all like this big hoods kind of covering over what would be their face or heads. And the lead one comes up to you a little bit closer, and then you notice that the robe, which extends all the way down to the ground, kind of moves a little oddly. It's not quite what you would expect from feet. It seems as if the entire hem moves in like a kind of a circular motion as it approaches, and then the robe hands, which kind of work together, start to pull apart. And this lead figure in a robe of white and gold pulls up, and its hands are less hands as much as like semi tentacles of some. I'm trying to see if I have a good image for this thing. We'll say it's like a greenish color that kind of end in like crab looking claws, and they both come up and they pull back this golden hood, and the figure that kind of like slithers out of the hood actually seems to have two necks that seem to ride their very long necks. At the edge of one of these necks, so to speak, seems to just be like an organ maybe for sensing. It looks it's just slightly redder, and it looks just like kind of 4 orifices. The other head has what you would consider like a more traditional eye. It has 3 large bulbous eyes with like kind of goat style pupils, no hair at all, and then these kind of more tentacles that seem to come down from its mouth, and these tentacles are reddish in color. All in all, this is something that, as a species, none of you have encountered before, and is actually pretty disturbing to look upon.
Hello.
Of course he does.
Seeker, our lovely android technomancer, gives a jaunty hello, and the creature like kind of aims the 4 orifice neck at you, and it begins to pulsate. And in your voices, in clear common, you hear, "Welcome, visitors."
Well, where is this? Welcome to where?
Where is this town?
Yes.
In the fleshy pile that you call a planet.
You have reached a outlying building for the Great Library of the Yith. I assume you are seekers of knowledge, and we welcome you.
Do you guys enjoy brunch?
Excuse me, I do not understand.
Brunch, do you partake? With all the little foods and whatnot?
Well, so,
They've been in a weird kick lately where they've wanted to commit a brunch. And
Why do you phrase it like that? That You're saying it weird.
That's
Commit to brunch?
For the most part, we have moved beyond normal physical interest and requirements. So, no, probably not. But maybe we could arrange one later.
No,
Yeah, we could talk it over brunch.
we do not. No.
My name is Elder Scholar number 3636. How can I be of assistance to you visitors? We so rarely get anyone other than the great race of the Yith at this outlying library facility.
Can I do a roll to see if I know anything about the Yith?
It would be actually I don't think they have stats in Starfinder yet, so I don't know what they would be for you guys. They'd be
Well, they come from Pathfinder, right?
They are in Pathfinder, but not everything in Pathfinder has a perfect conversion. But let's see what they are in Pathfinder.
Well,
also, they come from Lovecraft, as I think you know.
I think it's either life science or mysticism, right?
Yeah, I could go
Usually.
for either, I guess.
I'll try to make a check.
I'll go for
You know what? Whatever you would do for an aberration, which I think would probably be more.
mysticism.
No, actually, I think last time we said aberration was either. So yeah, go for it. Give me a roll.
Less than him.
Hear me now?
I can hear you,
Yes.
Michael.
Yay.
Hey, Mazel Tov.
I am
Is
so
it
sorry.
currently too loud?
No, you're fine.
Nah.
Okay.
I got 15.
15 on life science. That is not going to be enough.
Also, has it been that was in our last campaign, right? Not this one?
Patrick is referring to the fact that I have maybe used Yithians in the Great Race of the Yith before when we played Pathfinder a couple years back.
It feels more recent than that.
It really
Well,
does.
it was at the tail end, like the
Yeah.
very tail end of the Pathfinder campaign. You guys interacted with the Great Race of the Yith. So it is, as of anything, the most recent thing you guys did in Pathfinder. But in Starfinder, this is the first time you've encountered them, and technically they do not have stats in Starfinder, but it's a quick enough conversion if I had to.
So, just to break it down real quick, like we transported here. Is that the correct terminology, engineer man? I look over at Miller.
And you realize that Miller hasn't been with the group for some time now.
Wait, did I miss that earlier?
You shouldn't have. I said it to you, and you made a perception check that was a natural 1. So
Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out something else.
So that's because I took over your eyes and you didn't see it.
His eyes jammed.
No, because I had the 19, but I'm using his eyes. Therefore, they could not jam.
Look
Right.
with your special
even the
eyes.
19 was actually just a little bit too low. Fortunately, Miller is not awful at sneaking, I guess. / I rolled decently high. I don't actually know if I have Miller's updated character sheet.
So I look over and I realize that he's not here, and I just kind of go, "Oh,
And then there were 3.
Were you
Okay.
talking to me? Oh, wait.
I straighten up when I realize, like, a little bit after the fact that he said the great race of the Yith or something like that. Or did he acknowledge his greatness and yada, yada, yada? All that
Oh,
bull-
yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. When I realized that this might be some form of, like, possibly royalty or something that can get me money later on, I just kind of straighten up and I go, yes, well, we've run into an issue, you see. We were traveling through space on our ship, you see. We're well known in certain parts. And there was an issue. And to fix the issue, we went into the drift and came here. We're not quite certain where here is, besides what you just
The
informed.
gate.
Or,
What gate?
The gate.
are you going to do this the whole time? Because I appreciate it if you do.
Dustin is doing a little claw.
He's
Oh,
doing
yeah,
the
I'm
Zoids.
doing the crab claw, creepy tentacle hands next to me.
Or the clamps.
The clamps.
Clamps are slightly different. I rotate the clamps. That's good. I
the
got
clamps
that's
are-
its own thing.
It's like this with the hands.
I can tell you that this is the most disturbing and thrilling thing that Justin's ever done.
I don't know. Like, what was it? Episode 1? We got the.
Yeah, stop. Stop. You guys do miss a little bit from the audio podcast if you never apparently watch some of our YouTube videos. I'm probably you're welcome. That's going to be where I'm going to end on that one.
So, as we had, as a result of the travel, perhaps some interesting, peculiar things happen to each of us, from what I can tell.
I feel fine. I told you this.
And it happened before the drift travel, Ryan.
Can they hear him?
No.
And it happened before. Wait, it happened before the drift travel?
Yes. Notice I wasn't the one piloting when we.
Oh yeah, I'm getting things mixed up.
As you start to talk to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So, long story short, weird spooky things are happening, and I just want to get back. Well, not quite home. Oh God, I don't have a home.
Nothing
And
weird
I
happened
just-
to me, but I might add.
Into the distance, and let someone
Hit
else.
him.
It sounds like you may be under effect of one of the keys to the gate. They take many forms, and
Ask if one is a book.
this could be actually that as you speak, Zero. Excuse me. This thing's that weird like orifice neck appendage thing that kind of pulses as you speak, and it addresses you directly, Zero. Yes, books are a common appearance for keys, though certainly not the only thing they resemble or may take the form of.
Did we learn the
Wait a
name of the
minute,
book?
No,
I
you
just
did
go.
not.
Wait a minute. I didn't ask you about a book. Did anyone else ask about a book?
You seem
I
to be of two minds on the subject.
One's
right,
more
yeah,
clever
we-
than the other.
Oh, was it
Don't
Zero?
speak so low of yourself, Zero. You're plenty capable.
Yes, I was talking about myself.
No, you
Clear
won't.
sarcasm.
No one else can hear you.
Except for the Yithian.
He doesn't matter.
I imagine Zero talking like those things from Mass Effect, where like he actually has to say how he says it, like sarcastically.
Sarcastic. I can't believe that you would say that.
Do you guys
And
react
also-
from the key, the Elcor? I think the Elkoth, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Elcor.
Yeah. I do not.
Rye doesn't actually know anything about the book besides it's there.
Uh,
No one will let him read
I
it.
haven't done anything with the book.
I assume you might like to remove yourself from the ill effects of the key.
Oh God, yes, I want to evict this guy. You're great. You're great. Best roommate I ever had. But you're in my room.
You know I could destroy you from the inside, right?
It's not a thing you say to someone when you're in their room.
Luckily, they don't know what I said to you.
I still feel fine, okay? I'm not under any effects.
Me either.
Ask Brawl where
Kind of
Miller
wish I
is.
was.
Or who Miller is.
Yeah. Who's Miller?
Who? You guys keep bringing this guy up.
The Yithian says, fascinating. I will watch for a while if you don't mind. But if you were to find
You can
another
watch, but
key,
touching's extra.
you may be able to countermand the effects.
Well,
How do
where
we
could we
read?
find another key?
On this planet, possibly in the abandoned temple.
Now,
Why are they
would-
always abandoned?
I mean, what does the key do exactly?
It opens up the gate.
Your friend is correct.
I'm so smart.
So why? Hmm.
Yes, Rye. Yes, you are.
Thank
How
you.
big is
I
the
say
gate?
as though you're a child.
Excuse me, little naked rat.
Uh, I said, how big's the gate?
Ooh, the gate is everything. The gate is the way.
So
I don't understand how one key is supposed to open up this everything.
You do not understand many things.
if we find a second key, it will nullify the first one.
Are you
But
muted, Pat?
What was that?
You look like you actually wanted to respond to that.
No, I did respond. It might just not have carried over.
if
Sorry.
one key is doing all of this to us and it's kind of not the best thing, we don't even know what the first key is.
Keys are things of unimaginable power and danger.
Such
They
as a
are
book that
used
brought
by
up
the...
I point
zombies.
at
What happened?
I just, as soon as he says things of unimaginable power, I just kind of point at Brawl.
I was flexing.
Gotcha. They
Being
are...
possessed is messing with. I'm gonna go ahead and take the creative liberty that being possessed is messing with Rye a little bit.
Right,
I'll
just
allow
does the
it.
Will Smith.
I'll allow it. The lesser races sometimes use keys to access things they do not understand, for if they understood, they would not need the key.
And not every square is a rectangle.
Indeed.
What was the name? Thune? Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. I'll bring that up. Do you recognize the name Thune?
Maybe.
Would a book relating to that be of value to you?
Wait, are we not going to address the loogie, the massive loogie he just hawked?
You have a book belonging to Thune.
Well, that one does. The other android,
I'm rolling
or the
1d.
only android.
I'm rolling sense motive on his reaction.
Who are you talking to? Oh, is he
16.
talking to Zero right now?
Justin.
16 on sense motive.
Mhm. In case.
The noise was a little strange. It's not something you've probably necessarily heard before, but you've dealt with enough alien species that by context, you think that it was probably either the creature was startled or derisive. It's somewhere in between.
Okay.
I would rather you get something belonging to Thune away from my annex of the library for the great race of the Yith.
Well, actually, I can't say that.
Well, why is that?
It does not do well to dwell on things you do not understand. Let us move on.
Could that
Okay.
book, the Book of Thune, I suppose we'll call it, as I don't know its actual name, be the cause of this?
That would make a certain sense from a lesser being's point of view. Sure.
Would it be because somebody messed with it? And I'm clearly looking at Seeker, even though nobody can see that.
I can't even hear what you're saying, so this is just the Yith just like talking to itself.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like,
So
okay.
after this, I'm gonna open up a telepathic link with the party, including my current tenant.
I'll allow it. To use a key in such a way would require some knowledge of the key itself. These are to be used as keys, not something you do by mistake.
You hear that, Ryan?
However,
He might have done this on purpose.
the negative feelings you are experiencing could easily be done by lesser minds interacting with, again, things they do not understand. Please, if you would like, I can show you through town to the abandoned temple, where you might find another key.
Out of character, Dustin.
Yep.
Are we going to have Miller with us for this or no?
Negative.
Okay, so you can just.
You guys gave me a window. I used to. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no. That's totally.
Chris, if he's watching, I'm sorry. I hid your friend.
I just did not want to get into 20 minutes of trying to find Miller.
And you would just allow us to take a key?
It is in the abandoned temple for a reason.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If there's a key, there must be a lock.
God damn it! I didn't even have to look at you to know what you were doing. Supernatural, folks.
Yes, you're not wrong. But everyone else pretty much hasn't seen it. Well, actually, Chris isn't here. Everyone here has seen it. Shit. All right. The keys access the gate for those who can't do so themselves.
So why is this temple abandoned in the first place?
Spooky shit.
Was not expecting that one.
It makes us extremely uncomfortable.
Like
Well,
a wedge.
Where can we find this abandoned temple?
He just said he'd show us.
That would be on the side of town.
I heard about that place. Had a great Italian restaurant. So, Mr. 3636.
Elder 3636.
Eldar 3636. Close enough? Cool. Should we take any specific precautions before going into this abandoned place?
I was very tempted to quote My Hero Academia right there. I'm gonna not, but it's the first time Midoriya uses his power. That's a deep cut for MHA fans. There you go. Well, precautions, no. Alternative suggestions. You may participate in the annex for the library for the Great Race of the Yith, if you would rather. It is safer.
You mean like stay here?
Yes. We
No.
could instruct you in our ways. We do always enjoy interacting with other sentients and learning from their brains.
Ha,
that sounds enjoyable.
that was weird phrasing, though.
I have some difficulties trying to translate to your lesser speak, especially with so many thoughts coming at me at once.
Right,
That
your
is fair.
senses motive.
God, you can't just tell me what to do, I say out loud. 1d20.
All right, it's that I actually try to make him do it, I guess.
27.
You are very confident he is bullshitting you right now. And again, through context, he was probably trying to not say dissect your brain.
So I just kind of I speak for the party. No, thank you.
Would you like me to show you to the abandoned temple?
Yes.
Thank you.
Follow me.
Okay.
Everyone roll perception as he leads you back through the crowd of still cloaked beings who spread out a bit to give you guys room to walk through this archaic looking
I pulled the ride.
town. In fact, this town looks, as you walk through it, as if it had been pulled more from Galarian of old. It's The town looks straight out of history books for you guys, or history digibooks, whatever you want to call it.
I rolled a 16. I hit the wrong number, but it's
17.
12.
Some eyes jam. 16 and 17, I'd say, would probably pick up on it. So wow, this thing, when it moves within its robes, especially at it's like where its feet go, again, it kind of moves in like a circular motion, as if like a big appendage is moving against the robe and then back, and then big appendage. It's not walking with a gait. As the other robe figures shuffle out of the way, they seem to be walking on more traditional legs, as you kind of are kind of watching the difference in gaits there. As they spread out the crowd, they do seem to be walking less like this creature in front of you.
Do they seem to be walking similarly to each other, or all different kind of?
Similar as far as you can tell. It is a crowd, and they kind of jostle back a bit, and it does seem to be that they're walking on like probably some sort of legged appendages, just because again, it's not this weird rolling gait this creature has. They kind of shuffle back.
Mhm.
You're not able to discern enough to say humanoid or not, though. Just the way the robes are cut over large, and they do obscure everything.
Well, would we be able to tell between not the big guy, but everybody else, if they're similar like build or like similar
Yeah,
species?
they do seem to be species, no, because the robe is all covering,
Mhm.
but they do seem to be about the same width, which is they're bulky. They're all kind of bulky. I'd
Mhm.
say like brawl width, but just slightly below average human height.
Okay.
All right, and as you guys are led through, he heads you to the town, and if any of you checks like one of your smartwatches and trying to see what direction you're heading in, you realize that north, south, east, and west don't seem to have any clear distinction, which might be why the translation of the direction he was leading you in didn't take. And if you guys open to roll 20, he does lead you through this town, which again looks more like it's out of Golarion of old as opposed to any town you've seen recently, but again, slightly historic, I guess. I'm going to pop you guys over to roll 20. I do have to take Miller out of this because he has decided to abscond away. And the rest of the town, again, the buildings are made out of wood or brick or mortar. The ground that they're built on does appear to be that fleshy material of the planet. You don't see trees growing where they might have gotten this wood. You don't see mountains in the distance where maybe they could have gotten granite from quarries. It just seems like it's all this kind of gross, flat flesh. Questions for Elder 3636 as he leads you guys up to the front doors of this village. Oh, so thank you for getting Zero out of there too. So I forgot Zero is a ghost.
Uh-oh.
Just one more, just real quick. What's in there? Is there anything dangerous in there?
Only what you bring with. I'm kidding. There's probably a lot of terrifying things in there. The key and the gate don't always interact in a way unenlightened minds can comprehend.
God, this guy and his insults. Oh man, he doesn't even need to say him. Oh God. Who?
The
Great.
temple as you
So we're
approach.
just going in blind. Awesome. This
The
should be
temple's
fun.
approach seems to be marked to some god. Again, probably just a lesser known god, but it seems to be a standard god. I can't think of any of the gods. It would be one of the main gods from Pathfinder that didn't make the cut to Starfinder, for the to be the big I think 12 deities. I can't remember any of the ones that got switched around, but it's something you recognize as oh yeah, that's a religion, but maybe not something any of you guys actually follow because you guys aren't particularly devout. I think the most devout among you is Miller.
I need you to pass control of my emoji or whatever, my
Token.
token to Chris.
Or
Mhm.
Zero, just I was about to say
No, to
takes
Chris.
control.
Assuming direct control.
I can give that wrong person. I almost gave Justin control, which would have been awful.
Yes, please.
All right, you should have it now.
Thank you. I do.
He goes left. Zero makes him go right. The enemy is straight ahead. Rye goes back. Nope, Rye goes forward.
The church itself, so it is like it's got a nice like ornate front, but it's like really like falling apart. There are stones falling out. It's like marble, like old marble that is cracked, chipped, and fallen away. There are two turrets on the left and right side of the church entrance. The entrance has multiple doors that lead into kind of like a conical front of the building. And it does appear that there is some sort of stone structure leading out behind the church, but it is like a mountain or a mountain range or some sort. But it's the only form of like geographical feature you've seen, and it doesn't appear particularly large. Like it's almost as if the church was built into like a rock towards the back, or like again like the side of a mountain, but the mountain doesn't extend particularly far.
Is it a fleshy mountain?
No, it's like granite, gray stone, some sort of gray stone.
Dustin, real quick before we get going into anything crazy, do you want to take our passive perceptions? That way we don't have to keep saying, I'm checking for this. It will just keep things smoother.
This building, I'll tell you straight up, isn't trapped. So
Okay.
It'll be mostly that you guys will be searching to find anything, or you will not find it.
Okay,
There
cool.
are no, this isn't supposed to be a trap kind of thing, or rather, not like that kind of trap kind of thing. I'm not
Maybe
saying
that's the
everything is
trap.
safe, but it's not like you're gonna hit like a booby trap or tripwire or anything like that. It's more like the shit in there is just gonna be weird, probably.
You're that
Okay.
brawl, you're not gonna hit a booby.
You bastard! I knew I started on the wrong goddamn word. All right. What I do want you guys to do is roll me some initiative, and if you guys like, I'm gonna have you guys freeform. But if one of you needs to make a decision on like what you're doing, like touch the thing first, move the door first, enter a room first, we'll do it by initiative, not where you are on the map. So give me initiative rolls, and 0 for your initiative. I want you to roll separately, and on your turn, you can attempt to assume direct control. And what that'll do is it'll actually give Rye the ability to potentially move twice in a round. And it looks disturbing as shit to everyone else because it looks like he blurs in 2 different directions. So I'm assuming Miller will be Rye. Rye rolled nat 20 for 26
Great.
for initiative.
Oh,
0 is a 15.
I've got a 14.
And Seeker?
9.
So 0 was 15, Brawl was 14, and Seeker was 9. Okay.
It'll be even weirder for you when you all of a sudden are able to move another 50 feet towards the danger.
I can just picture like all of the body parts not exactly getting along, so I'm just like running.
Kermit the Frog here. The Elder 3636 gets you to the door. He reaches one of his clawed hands out and raps 3 times on the doors to the church, the abandoned temple, and he retracts back into his robes. The doors audibly unlock as stone within them shifts, and you guys are able to access. He does say, as you guys kind of step forward, he says, "This is as far as I am willing to go. As stated, this place gives me the willies."
Cool. Well, I thank you for your generous offer to bring us here, and have a nice day.
If you find any non-key books, we would be willing to reward or pay you for them, whatever mundane trinkets you appreciate.
I mean, we probably have some books on the ship.
You don't read books.
Yeah, that's why we could get rid of them.
As stated, if you get back to your ship safely and in one piece, I would be happy to trade.
Or in our case, multiple pieces, individual pieces.
As everyone's talking, I open up the door.
Oh.
I open up the door.
All right. So Gunita,
Both hands approach the door, but not quite synchronized.
The room you guys entered did have some ornate designs to some old, like, kind of semi-forgotten god. It does seem to be like a standard temple. There's nothing alarming in this front room. It's marble with some designs. Nothing that you guys particularly have to worry about. And you move in and you enter a little antechamber. It is a 10-foot by 10-foot little entryway that goes left and right once you've entered in a little bit further.
Well, which way? Do I hear
Are there
anything?
markings on the doors?
No, the doors are just like a pearly whitish marble, with some of the like the brown and black veins of marble into them. They're this church looked like at one point this temple was like well bit. It's expensive, but it doesn't seem to have anything in particular that exciting inside of it.
We should go the right way.
Rye, you do feel a tug to the right.
Follow the tug.
Jesus, Patrick.
What?
Okay, done.
On the right side of this little annex, you enter into a room with a large like stand candelabra. I don't know what it's actually called. There is a door in the southeastern corner, and in the northwestern corner, around a small corner, kind of back on the wall you guys were coming from, but further north. So it does look like it would lead you further into the temple. The door in the bottom east of the room, I wish I had thought to do a compass rose up on this, it does seem it would head towards that tower you guys had seen approaching, one of the two towers.
And safe to say, weapons are out and everything.
Oh, my weapons are always out. Bam!
Weapons drawn, good to know. Rye, you are feeling a pull to open the door as you approach it, the southern door.
Well, so this is where I have a long history of always going right and hugging a wall, but yes, I agree with Zero.
Okay, and you open the door?
I'm just trying to say I'm not following his word. I hear him, I just happen to be going there. You're not making me do this.
I'm not doing this because I want
Am
to
I
or
in your
anything.
head? Or
Really?
are you in mine?
Do you
So when
open
you
the
open the-
door?
Oh no, did he go mute again?
No,
Oh.
you're fine. Michael, you're fine, right?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Oh, okay, I thought he
I'm just waiting for the
I just
fog of
I-
war to disappear
I-
to see why Dustin keeps saying this.
You
I turned
open
to
the
Brawl.
door.
I turned to Brawl really quick. I'm like, Rye's opening the doors?
I mean,
Something really is wrong with you, huh?
maybe he's finally stopping a little scaredy cat.
What are you talking about? I'm brave.
Rye, are you sure you don't want Brawl to do it? What if there's something nasty on the
No,
other
it's
side?
fine. He can go.
I attempt to take over control.
All right, that's going to be just straight up. I think we said Will last time. Will versus Will save.
Guys, seriously, I'm super brave. What is it?
23.
Yeah, Will save. Zero rolled 23.
Well, you rolled more than I did.
All right, Zero, you open the door?
I open the door, yeah.
I done said twice I was opening the door.
Yeah, but you never actually confirmed. I never heard you go, boo! There's
Said it
nothing.
twice. How do you confirm? Do you need a duplicate?
10 feet
And-
hallway. There's a window back towards the front of the church where you can see some more meat dimension planet. And then there's a door at the short hallway. I'm going to go ahead and say it gets opened by Rye's body. there's
And
a
as we're
stairwell.
going, I'm also going to say, well, we've seen how effective Brawl is, and then give back control to Rye.
So out loud, Rye's voice says, "We've seen how effective Brawl is, and control is given back to the Lashunta."
I slowly. Hold on, I got this. Bro, that's
For the audio listeners, Patrick or Rye is turning around scared to look
Very
at Brawl.
slowly.
I didn't.
I just heard you say it.
You heard. Don't punch me.
You get one warning.
All right, there's a set of stone steps that seem to lead to the top of the tower.
In your mind, you now hear, now we're even.
Okay.
The tower wasn't that tall from the outside. It looked like it was probably only 2 stories high.
Do we actually hear Zero now?
No.
No.
You heard him when he
yes.
spoke that one line because he had
I-
direct control, but
Yeah.
otherwise, no.
Justin, remember I said
Oh, the
after
psychic bullshit.
interaction, I was opening up the communication link.
I would say that that's going to be something that Zero can opt into, I guess.
No. Yeah, the book doesn't say whether you can shut that off.
Well, you
So-
can't force a telepathic link, I don't think.
I don't know. The book doesn't say.
I'm just going to say that when Zero wants to be saying things the group can hear, Zero can say things the group can hear. It'll just save time for the most part.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sounds good.
Stairwell in front of you. Do you guys go back to the north door in the larger room, or do you go up the stairwell?
Stairwell!
Yeah, might as well go up the stairwell. That's
Because
all I'm
we've
saying.
already gone through all these doors to get to the stairwell.
Yeah.
All right.
Justin's gonna
And
be so mad.
Rye, you're going up the stairs first?
I mean, yeah.
Sure.
I'm
You
brave.
disappear as soon as your foot steps foot on the stairwell. It is not as if he has gone up. He has just physically disappeared. Oh, and I
What
guess
do I see?
I'll get to you in a second.
You son of a bitch.
Do you have low light vision?
So, doesn't everybody?
Well, actually, sorry. Do you
Yeah,
have
we do.
dark vision?
I will not have dark.
I do.
In pitch black, your eyes are not in the situation. Your eyes are still
Right,
using
but I
your
might.
eyes.
No, but I might have it as an incorporeal creature. Like, we're more or less. Is it actually possession now, or am I just an incorporeal creature?
Right now, your body is Rye's body for the time being.
All right.
I'll hand wave some things for your ability just to make combat go faster, but for the most part, you're using Rye's body. Brawl, you attempt to go on the steps immediately after them. Excuse
Yes.
the fact that he just disappeared in front of your view, like a pop, an apparition disappearing.
Yep.
Okay, you're down, but
I was gonna say the same thing.
Is the
I
psychic
want to
link
make sure he
still
doesn't
open?
die. I might hate the guy, but
I mean, and Zero's there. You don't want Zero to die. I mean, Rye, if it happens, it happens. But
Guys, I am your captain.
as you put foot upon the stair, you'd feel nothing out of the ordinary. Your foot hits marble stairwell.
I can still see you, Seeker.
That's strange. I'm gonna reach out to Rye psychically, psychopath, whatever it is, telekinetically.
He seems to be out of range.
Telepathically. I mean, geez, I'm really bad today.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rye's out of range or unable to be contacted by your psychic link.
Oh,
or doesn't want to be.
Could be too.
Do we keep going up the stairs?
I mean, I don't think there's any other way. I mean, we could go back, but yes.
As Brawl climbs up the stairs and points his head up around the corner of the stairwell, he realizes that the top floor seems to have been shorn off, and it's just jagged, broken marble to open meat dimension sky, which is a pulsing red, disgusting, flesh-looking thing, which does not match the temple from the outside. The temple had seemed to have 2 completed turrets prior.
There's nothing up here. We can go back.
Okay.
I'm going to pause you guys for 1 second. Think about what you're going to do, and if you have to chat in Hangouts for a bit, go for it. Rye and Zero, you feel the pop, like a sensation of air rushing around you for just a brief second, and the lights go out all over. You are dipped, dunked entirely into pitch blackness. The smell assaulting you is dank air with a little bit of an acrid scent on just the edge of this dampness. The air around you has changed, where before it was dry, maybe a touch cold. It's actually quite humid and moist and damp in this room or this space you exist. You, as your feet touch the ground, you hear water maybe, or if you're in a puddle of some sort, but you're unable to see. I'll let you decide what you do next with this. You're muted, you piece of shit.
Or
No,
you're
I'm not.
far enough away.
Oh, you did not pick you up even a little bit.
Oh, okay. No,
That's why I take that back.
don't even know how to
That's
mute
a
his
piece of
stuff
shit.
here.
I am the piece of shit tonight.
You are.
Yes.
I say, oh God, it smells terrible. Did they just transport us back to Brawl's room?
I don't know. I disconnected from that sense.
I try to see if I have something on me that will create light. My arm thing. Does that have a?
Yeah, I probably allow you got like I don't. So one, I will let you spend a resolve point to just say plot point. You have a flashlight on you if it's not in your equipment. That's a mundane enough equipment I'd allow it for. But if you want to just use the like arm light on your like wrist mounted computer, I'd probably give that a slide as well.
Yeah, I do that.
All right. As that light flickers into life just a little bit, it's not much, but you find the space you're in is actually a really tight and close space. You are in a 10 by 10 square foot room. You are standing in a viscous puddle of green fluid. There is a door to your, well, we'll say to the west, and there seems to be a set of stairs over to your immediate, we'll call it your east. But as soon as the light hits this goop of green at your feet, and this goop does seem to also have different piles throughout this floor, there seems to be 3 distinct piles. It begins to quiver and move, and it attempts to climb up your leg.
I don't allow it.
It's gonna get a grapple check on you because you are standing in it.
Oh God, Dustin, do you really want to do grapple checks?
Yeah, I wish I had pulled up the rules for grapple checks real
that's why I'm
quick.
asking if you really wanted to do that.
Well, it's
Like,
important for the thing. Unless you just want to let it go, which I do not think you do.
I don't.
You don't. I'll find it. It's fine. It's not so
AC
that bad.
versus combat maneuvers, 26.
What? Oh God. Oh, I just got. Oh God, this is gonna be
My AC versus combat maneuvers is 26.
Oh, okay.
What's
cool.
your dex mod to your armor?
Dex mod to my armor is 2.
Do we get to add 3 more to that because I'm a 5?
Only if you were in direct control. For this, I think I'd have to make a physical attack against you, right? I think that's right.
Yeah. It's his AC plus 8.
Yeah. So, and your special the combat maneuver AC was what again?
26.
You're probably fine. I have to roll pretty good for that.
I roll pretty good.
I rolled a 12 plus this thing's 9 gets me not enough. I get 21. It attempts to climb feebly up your leg, but it doesn't manage. Now the other 2 piles, enticed by the movement of their comrade, seem to spring to life and also make attempts to climb up your legs. You are getting damp and sickeningly gross. And I'm going to roll 2 more of these. I got 18 plus 9 is 27. Is that enough?
Yep.
And the other one is nat 20. I was going to get you anyways.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, I guess, except if you're me.
You've got 2 things. These 2 like piles of goop. They're not big as they kind of come in. It's like a little flubber guy, and they just started to latch on to your legs. You are grappled by 2 of these things. And
I shoot it point blank.
we'll get to that. We're gonna do combat rounds for what's going on right now. Rye, you do start, and I'm gonna have these things go dead last. And I'm just gonna call them slime for now. 1, 2, 3.
I do a quick life science check to see if I know what the hell this thing is.
Yeah, you and Zero. I don't think Zero has life science check. Give me a roll for that.
Yeah. Roll 1d20, and I'll give you what? It's 8 plus.
Oh, plus
4, so not that much.
Not quite enough. You're close. It's actually not that dangerous of a creature, but you've seen so many different slimes and oozes in your travels that you're just not quite sure. Now you do have the grappled condition.
I will attempt to rip one off.
Well, let's see. Yeah, you're gonna attempt to rip one off. Yes. I do not know what the check is for that because it's not on the goddamn condition card, because that would be useful. So let's check grappled Starfinder. And wish
I
Chris was
imagine it
here.
would probably be the same as breaking a grapple.
Yeah, it's the same idea as breaking a grapple. Yes.
I don't know how to do that.
You're a piece of shit.
I told you grapple was a bad idea. We never learned through all of our years playing.
Always with the grapples. 6 grapples.
Actions in combat, jump to grapple. You hold the target in place. The grappler pin, no, next turn unless you renew it. The condition ends immediately if you move away. It's still not want to help. That's not. I want to see how you break it. That does not help. And get out of. DC to escape. There we go. Let's see if that'll come through this time. DC to escape. That's for being tied. Oh, if you are grappled, you can attempt to break the grapple as a standard action by making a combat maneuver check, and DC is equal to your opponent's CMD. Is this? Yeah, this is Starfinder. This does not provoke an attack of opportunity, or you could do an escape artist check if you have that.
Escape artist is not a thing in Starfinder. So you're
So this is Pathfinder then, huh? And multiple creatures can attempt to grapple one target.
Okay, so 1d20. So what did you say? Attack?
I also don't think we have CMD in Starfinder either. Yeah, this is definitely Pathfinder rules, which is great because
have combat. You have AC versus combat maneuver. That would be your combat maneuver defense.
That is not in the creature stat block. There's nothing for that.
It's AC +8.
It's the same thing versus that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Go with the AC +8. I can do that. It's KAC, right?
Yeah.
AC +8.
Sure. Okay, I've got that.
All right, so I'm doing just what did you say? Regular attack?
Yeah, like a melee attack.
That,
Okay.
or would it be something like acrobatics or sleight of hand, something like that? The what was it? That other skill.
If it said attack, then I'll do the attack. So it's different keyboard than I'm used to. Here you go, 20.
That was a very loud one as well. Make a melee attack against KC +8. 20 is not going to do it if that's right. It's a 22.
You son of a bitch.
They can attack your case if they hit. No, that's not what they want. Oh, okay, right. Okay, so basically what you're trying to do is gain control of the grapple, which would then give you the ability to break it. So that's why doing the KAC +8 thing makes sense again, because you're just trying to basically grapple them in this grapple. I'll give you a freebie so you can try and get rid of the second one if you don't want. Give me another action if you want, because you do 2 standard actions for it. Sure, that's fine. I'll let it slide.
22.
That actually is enough. You rip off one of them, but one of them does manage to cling on to you. 0.
I chucked that one very far down the hall. Or you said it's a 10 by 10 room.
You're in a 10 by 10 room. It is on Roll20. I did reveal your room.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's in.
I'm very, very far zoomed in.
Yes, and also it's quite far away.
Okay, I see now. I chuck it down the stairs. Very, very, very hard.
As it hits the stairs, it disappears.
What happens in the other place? I'm willing to time out.
It actually does not appear next to your friends.
Oh, stupid.
Oh, are those on the map? Oh, they are on the map. I need to move them to the token layer. I can't get to the other one because it's under you. That's fine. I'll say that this one disappears for the sake of brevity. All right. And 0, you're up.
All right. Am I just taking an action, or am I rolling a will check to see if I can even take an action?
Yeah, let's make a will check and see if you can assume direct control.
Nope.
Yeah, I'll say that's fine. You're not quite. Rye's struggling with the oozes. He's quite focused. When we get into bigger combat, I'll probably make that check reduced. We'll say that he's distracted. Natural one's not going to help. Brawl, you're up. You're stomping on the step like it's do something. What's your next plan of action?
So we're going to head back the way we came, and as opposed to taking that right when we first entered that door, we're going to go through the left-hand door.
Okay, kind of aiming towards that left tower. I see what you're saying. Let me reveal some stuff for you guys on the map. It is a room similar to on the right. There is another one of those tall silver candle holders. There is no northern door this time, but there is a door in the southwestern corner of the room that does look like it would lead towards the other tower.
Is there any difference between the candles?
No, they're unlit despite looking lit in the image. They're just
I was actually just going to ask that too. Okay. So I would imagine that this door probably leads to another staircase then.
I mean, as far as I can tell, let's check it out.
Okay, Brawl enters. It's another short 10-foot hallway to a door that does look like it leads into another tower.
And we open that door too.
How much movement was that?
That was a lot.
Yeah, it's a good amount.
I'll say we'll pause there at the door.
Okay.
And Seeker and you guys move together. That's fine.
Yep.
Did you guys want to take any actions while you guys are moving, or is that it's probably a lot of movement? Let's wrap it up there. That's fine. I'll come back to you quick enough.
Sure.
Slime 1, the one that is still attached to Rye, will go.
So
Actually,
I do believe
I do.
they have to roll another check to stay grappled this round, right?
Yes, they have to.
So this one has a special ability, and it says if a body snatcher slime starts its turn grappling a small, medium, or large living creature, which it has, the slime can attempt to the slime can distribute itself throughout that creature's body as a swift action. Go ahead and make me a fortitude save there, Rye.
Gross.
Can I make it too?
No, your body is all sorts of safe somewhere else. Safe-ish.
Oh, this isn't going to be good.
That's why I wanted to make the check.
Fortitude DC 14 negates. While infesting a creature in this way, a body snatcher slime, I spoiled the name, shit, has total cover and can take no actions. However, it controls the infested creature's, the host, forever known as the host now, the host actions, including using equipment and weapons, using the slime's attack bonus. Using the slime or its host saving throw bonuses, whichever is higher, using your extraordinary abilities and natural attacks. So that's all fine. After 24 hours inside a body, that's not good for you.
No, nothing you do is ever good.
You are now possessed by two things.
Oh, weird. A foreign alien type thing is invading my body. That's not a common theme in Dust and Lead games.
Oh, the slod. That's right.
Yeah.
You got pregos.
The slime is slowly spreading throughout your body. Otherwise, though, it makes no effort to assert control. Slime 2, seeing its friend manage to get inside Patrick, all up in there.
Wait, it got in?
Oh, yeah, it just oozed through your flesh. You failed the fortitude save. It's now a part of you.
Great. Cool.
The second slime just kind of sits there and like chills. It kind of goes inert again as this little goopy green puddle. And the third slime you threw disappeared and does some stuff off screen. And we're back to the top of the order with Rye. Your turn.
I can't imagine there's anything I can try to do to get this guy out of me.
It would require a medicine check, but it's something that you can't do yourself.
Is there
Great.
anything I can do as a spirit inhabiting his body?
No, you need to be adjacent to him in some way. You need to be able to use your appendages to help because technically the slime has say. The slime officially has veto power on Patrick. Or on Rye, sorry, I should be using character names. The slime technically controls you. It's just taking a backseat for now.
So, oh, great. This is gonna. I can just imagine coming back to the party. Hey guys, how's everything doing? I'm
That
a
one
normal
is
person.
and that one is a slime.
Yeah, I've just got like both hands just trying to rip. It up.
You know what? I will say, with your current state of like dual inhabitation, that I will allow
Those two
Zero to attempt to anti-will this thing if it really doesn't try to assume direct control. Technically, Rye, it lives in your nervous system now, but I'll allow Zero to try and help you out if it does anything fishy. For now, it's just along for the ride.
Okay, so I just you said so. There's a door to my left and there's the stairs to my right.
The stairs appear to go up into the wall. There is no like actual floor it's leading to. It is simply just ends in the wall on your to the east.
Gotcha. I just kind of communicate. I guess I'm going through the door, and I try to get through the door real quick.
Okay, you do ignore the slime pool hanging out there.
Yeah, I don't want it to touch me. Seems
Okay, so you
weird.
gingerly step around it, and you are in a however many shaped side hexagonal. 1, 2, 3. Damn it, no. Octagonal. Octagon. I'm done with that word. There's an 8-sided room you're in with a hallway leading to the north.
Mike has
there
an
is a-
octagonal.
What's
you.
this thing?
There is on the southern part of the room. There is a barrel, a wooden barrel.
Take a look at it.
It's a wooden barrel.
Take a look in it.
The top is on it. Do you touch it?
I make him touch it.
I was gonna touch it. Oh.
As you open the lid to the barrel, like a sharp smell, alcoholic smell, kind of
Why did you
rises to
touch
your
it?
nostrils. It's it smells like it could be some like whiskey substitute.
I drown in it.
Like you waterboard yourself.
I'm dead. You said it's like a whiskey smelling thing?
Yeah.
I'll come back for you later. Oh, do I have any?
Empty out a couple of health serums.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
I think in your like adventurers kit, you probably have like a canteen or water bottle or something. I'd allow for that. Don't worry about it. If you want to get a canteen of whiskey, go for it.
Cantino whiskey.
Now, make sure you put whiskey substitute with an asterisk. Okay.
Whiskey.
I just want to remember that one later. Okay.
Question
I
mark.
want to do something fun.
All right. And then following that, I continue the only way I can. Deeper
Oh,
into
that
this. What?
I said go that way.
I hate you so much. You're a bad friend. And I
Just do it.
You guys will, I think, run out of movement at the door, right?
You run out of
We
movement out
have
the door.
5.
Oh yeah. So I wasn't even keeping track.
That's
Sorry.
okay. I'm gonna double back to down the order
considering I
0.
didn't take
Try to
any-
assume direct control if you'd like.
Sure.
And you just need will saves from you both, and you should have this keyed up, ready to go, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask it a lot.
My goddamn. Oh, my sheet's right in front of me. Will save was +5, I think I said.
If
Sure.
that 12 is you, you already beat me.
Will save is 5. 20. I beat you.
Yeah, you beat me.
0 kind of curses. 0, you're starting to feel pretty. I'm just gonna leave that there. Next in line, Brawl, you're up.
Zero doesn't know what that means.
Pretty.
Pretty handsome.
Oh, he's taking.
Symmetrical.
Before
Very
Brawl opens the
symmetrical.
door,
Very
before
symmetrical.
Brawl opens the door,
Probably less
Seeker wants
symmetrical than he's
to-
used to, actually. 'Cause I'm
That's a good point.
It's that you're noticing it and appreciating it is more the point. Seeker, what are you saying?
before Brawl opens the door, I want to cast Unseen Servant,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, well, okay, if there's stairs on the other end of this door, I'm gonna send my servant up them first.
The one
Okay.
that floats.
So if it disappears, then we'll know that there's something up.
Let's do it. Push open the door.
And as you do, there is another room with 8 sides. You go ahead and say that word. I'm done.
Octagonal.
It's one of the towers, except it does not have stairs. It has a large, ornate, circular red rug in the center of the room, a door that would exit to the building off to the west. That's the one in the west. And there's an agitated pile of green goop that looks like it was attempting to scale the door that you just pushed open, and it looks perturbed that you've disturbed it.
Okay, bye now.
Technically, so Seeker's action was to cast Unseen Servant. So you do have a move action if you'd like to take it. Then I'll let Brawl go.
I am going to move back a couple spaces.
So you kind of cautiously step back, like tippy toes backwards, while you leave Brawl to fend with the agitated little pile of green goop that just kind of rear up, like it almost looks like a
We'll know
green,
its
like
gender in a couple minutes.
what was that?
I said we'll know its gender in a couple minutes.
Did I screw up something?
And Brawl, I wouldn't punch that, by the
Oh,
way.
I'm so sorry. I didn't get it. It rears up and it like has like an anthropod looking like appendage that kind of appears out of this pool. It kind of looks like it maybe is trying to look at you, like take you in, and it is your turn, Brawl.
I closed the door,
Okay, sure.
and then I started heading back with Seeker.
Okay. Where are you guys headed? And I'll let you take Seeker along with you wherever you want to go.
I would say probably back to that one door that we didn't open yet.
To the north.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the
Yep.
other
Up on the eastern side.
30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50. You'll be able to get there basically, and we'll come back to that next turn. And I'll have you both over there. That brings me to the slimes. We've got one that is currently inhabiting Patrick, and one that oozes underneath the door because it's a slime, you idiots. And what is this thing's speed? I have no idea how fast it goes.
Probably only like 10 or 20.
It's 20. I'd say that like if Seeker like casts like a glance backwards, he does see, and I'll make that go. Oh, I'm not snapping to grid here. I don't know if I put grids on. You would see this ooze kind of following you out of the room slowly, but it does seep under the doors that you guys close
I
behind you.
mean, it would be moving the same speed as Brawl.
I'll just say it was going a little bit slower because they had to figure out how to how it was going to traverse the door. So that'll make it for the time difference. And the other slime just idles. And we're back to top of the order with Rye. I assume you gave that door a good old open.
Yeah, let me move back. Yep.
All right, and you opening the northward door. I'm trying to not reveal too much. Bam! There is a rather
I hate
long.
you so much.
What? I don't understand.
That is
Now
a
you know how
long hallway.
Dustin-
There's going to be so many things. I hate so much.
It is a 120-foot long hallway that you.
Who built this house?
To
Not
you,
Nick.
it goes left, right. That's your right.
Oh.
Right, yeah, it goes off to the right, and you're aiming north. Although you probably are slightly turned around if I was following my own rules. But yeah, there's a very long hallway. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors that you can see on the northern wall. There is one to the very far, like the 120 feet off on your east. And there are a couple apertures where there doesn't seem to be doors, but there seem to be like clefts in the wall to the south, further along, about halfway down.
Wait, the ones on the north you said are doors, the one on the south are not, or vice versa?
Yeah, they're like little openings or apertures.
Okay. So, well, I can get here. And can I open up the door from where I am, or do I need to be where 0 is?
No, you can open the door. That's fine.
Okay, I open the door.
All right. The first door to the north reveals a moderately sized room. It is about 30 feet by 15 feet. It does appear to be a mix of a training room where there are look like almost training dummies that are wielding different archaic looking metallic armor. And what used to be a weapons rack on the far wall to the west seems to have been converted to some sort of torture device. It has straps where any number of limbs could be placed where arms, legs, and necks usually go. And it does seem like it might rotate out of the wall. It is completely made out of wood. There is a door right above you or to the north, east.
Okay, I'm going to start so I've reached 30 feet. So I'm going to start my second movement because there's nothing to attack.
Sure.
I get to the door. I listen. Do I hear anything?
Give me a perception check.
All right. If I don't hear anything, I open the door. I probably don't hear anything with a roll of.
Since he's doing it, do I also do that action?
I'll allow a perception check from you. Yes, please.
I got 13 on mine.
Not quite enough.
24.
Using your ears, Rye, 0 does hear what seems to be maybe ragged breathing
How do you
coming
not
from the
hear
room.
that?
I don't know, man. It's a really weird day.
I wouldn't open that door.
I don't open that door.
I
5,
make him open. No, I'm kidding.
25.
Actually, the better question is, does the slime make him open the door?
Shut up, man.
No, the slime does not make him open the door.
Slime probably wants to live.
I think Rye has it. And then you walk past the door that clearly leads to the same room when you walk past it in the hallway, and you continue on. Zero, give me some contest of will. See if you get some movement action up in here. You need to roll higher than like a 1, though. It seems like Rye's not throwing bricks. All right, 12. Rye, give me a will save.
I accidentally entered the room. There we go. I'm back. Oh God.
And then we just hear you fighting with.
I did, and that's what put me into the other room.
Zero, you are still not activating your trap card. All right, we're gonna get down to Brawl. You're back up again.
All right. Do we still have the unseen servant?
Yeah, I think so.
Except the thing is, it only has a 15 feet move speed, unless you want to say, because I was walking with it.
I'll say
faster.
you guys are walking with it. We'll be more careful
Okay.
now that you see that there's some situations going on.
Yep.
Okay. I throw open this door.
Totally heard that wrong, and I thought you said you threw up on the door. I was like, why? But why though?
You enter the most ornate room you have seen yet. When you walk into it, it's not particularly big, but there's a large rectangular ornate rug leading to a northern door that's centered into the wall. This door is flanked by 2 large statues that probably are about 15 feet high. And they show, they articulate like well-muscled, soldier-looking figures wearing armor. But again, the armor doesn't be modeled as so helmets. The armor itself shows bare arms. It seems like they're wearing some sort of like metal vest. Maybe the artist seems to have taken some liberty with the portrayal of how armor is worn. Basically, dudes in metal bikinis. If you don't get the drift. In the bottom left corner of the room, there is a grate of some sort that I can't see what that's supposed to be on here. Oh, it's actually a brazier full of like rocks, coals and stuff. It's not smoking. Don't mind the picture.
Also,
so the
thank
only
you
thing
for the
of
raid,
note
by
here,
the
the
way.
door going due north.
We did get a raid, by the way. So thank you, Random Encounter, for the raid.
Hey, thanks, Random Encounter. Welcome to Never Split the Party, being spooky with our second episode in our holiday special. What are you guys doing with this small-ish room? I should just have this measuring tool open all the way. It is 15 by 15. No, about 20 by 20 feet.
Let's see. So that you said that's like a brazier or whatever over there. That in the corner of the room, there's a. Is that on? Is that lit?
No. I know
Okay.
the art is representing. It's not. It's like
just there.
Unused.
Just there.
Thing full of coals.
All right. I'm gonna send the unseen servant in there and just kind of have it walk around the room, make sure there's no. I'm sure there's. You said there was no traps, but.
I mean, I just.
But you said that, and then
that's not a trap you would have ever perceived.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and give this. I'm making a token for you.
Yeah.
That way we can kind of eyeball your unseen servant, and you can place it where you want. You should have control of it, and I'm gonna tint it dark blue if that worked.
Yeah.
There you go. That's your unseen servant.
He's just gonna walk in there, be like,
oh, he's just gonna get all up in its business.
All right, and as it touches things, it walks. It doesn't float, or does it have?
No, it walks. It can set off traps.
Okay.
But it doesn't apply enough force to set off like certain pressure plates.
Is there a range of this ghost or this unseen servant? Does it have a range, a limit?
It does. Let me actually look up where, because I know its land speed is 15 feet, so it can't really go all that far away from me.
More so, what I'm saying is it disappears from view. I want to know if it also disappears from existence, because it does travel quite a distance.
The range is close range, so 25 feet plus 5 feet per 2 levels.
So if you get further away from that, it disappears?
I would imagine so, yes.
It disappears, and you get no more feedback from it, as it does appear to have been unsummoned.
Oh. Cool.
And it's the same style of there's a rush of air as when Rye disappeared not too long before.
Actually, it doesn't even say that. It just has a range, but I would imagine that it would go away.
Well, the
after
range
that.
is usually the cast. So if
Yeah.
you're able to have Unseen Servant like be far away, like it's fine. I just don't know enough about Unseen Servant to comment on it. Let's see how it is used. Mindless, shapeless force performs simple tasks of your command until the spell
There's
ends.
nothing.
It has AC.
Nope.
It doesn't say anything about getting too far away.
No, it doesn't.
But you are not able to see
Yeah,
through it.
we don't share senses or anything, so.
So it is somewhere that I will not tell you about until you find it.
It's
So it has
just
not
out
been
there.
unsummoned. It has simply been moved.
Okay, well, I know. Brawl can't see it, so that's weird.
What's weird?
Yeah, my unseen servant just walked in there, and now it's not there. It went somewhere else.
Do you
I
think
don't-
I'll disappear if I walk in there?
Well, if it's anything like the trap that Rye hit, probably not.
I put one foot in the doorway and then step in.
You're totally fine.
That's how you normally enter a doorway. 1 foot in.
One foot
Actually,
in front of the
canonically,
other.
Brawl jumps through all doorways.
Yeah.
It's like the standing jump where he gets to the door frame, plants both feet, and then huzzah jumps into the room. So you stepped into the room. Do you go further, my friend?
Yeah, I'd be more interested in examining these statues
big
over here.
burly statues.
Yeah.
And in your examinations, what do you do?
So I would like to see if it appears that they can be like turned easily, rotated.
Sure. Like you give it a tug, or you touch it, and you try to turn it.
Yeah.
As you touch it, a white light fills the space, your mind, and an aura around your body, and you feel slightly stronger. Like your muscles begin to bulge a little bit, which is a little disturbing because you're still kind of hairless. I assume you're fully armored up, but like,
Yeah.
if someone could see under your armor, it's like, oh, but fine. You actually are going to have a temporary increase to your strength score of +1.
Ooh, wow. Nice.
Matters, though.
What was that?
I don't think it matters because he's using power armor.
No, I probably don't.
Yeah, you're right.
It is what it is, man. I do make the rules. But
If only they had the armory come out, months ago.
that's fine.
And then I could get the brawler powered armor.
Well, next time, except not. You have moved 10 feet and touched the statue. You do anything else with your turn?
I say, you should try touching that other statue. This one makes me feel stronger.
Well, after seeing what your muscles just did, actually I can't because
I
you're
think
wearing
the
power
power
armor.
probably covers it. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. I can't make that joke then. Well, I don't really need to be stronger, but no, I'm good. Unless does the statue look exactly the same?
It's looking in the other direction.
That's it.
Mhm.
It's just a big brawly dude.
Yeah.
I'm okay not touching anything. I'd rather not.
It feels really good.
You did step onto the red carpet and you did not disappear. That being the same space where your unseen servant
Oh, okay.
went even more unseen.
Yeah. All right. No, I'm good. I don't want to touch it.
Are you doing anything else, gentlemen, or should I move on?
Open the door, I guess, right?
Well, I would say, can you try lighting that thing? Why is that in here? That's kind of random.
I almost don't want to touch anything that I don't need to here because if those things out there were afraid of whatever's in here, I don't want any part of that.
So I'm gonna have to be the one who touches everything?
Yeah, if I would suggest probably not touching everything, but if somebody's gonna touch it, then by all means, go ahead.
All right. So then we would end right at the door. If you want to switch over, or if you want us to keep going.
You end at this door?
Yep.
Okay. Your slimely stalker pursues at a slow pace. What? What have I done?
Nothing.
It's just funny. I'll get you.
And we're gonna go top of the order with Raish Oren of Rice Oven LLC.
All right. Well, I advance. I listen to this door.
Roll me perception.
God damn. Is this +9 to 12?
21.
You guys don't hear anything.
I open the door.
It is an empty storeroom with a broken up box in the top left corner of the room. It's the smallest storeroom.
5, 10, 15.
There's a door that is
20.
heading to a room off to the east.
I check out the boxes.
Like busted up things. It looks like there might be some old, worn, maybe Bibles, or like whatever passes for like a Bible in this church. I'd say there's probably 3 of them.
Are they all the same book?
Yep.
I take a quick look at the book.
It is from again a not very commonly followed god. It was bigger on Golarion of old, but when Absalom kind of came to be the place to be, gods shifted a little bit. So it's just an older god, not particularly well followed anymore.
Okay. So I don't see anything of import in there.
No.
Even if I were to roll a religion check or whatever.
No.
Okay. I throw all 3 books in my storage.
Okay, you got the point then. Just barter stuff at that point.
Yeah, I got it. And then so what was that, 20, 25? I assume I'm listening to every door.
Yeah, what was your 0? I'll just keep the same perception checks if you guys are good with that.
That's fine. I had
Or
a 21.
actually, Ryan, if you want to roll a new one, like you keep feeling like you're doing subpar to your buddy there. If you want to roll a new one, I'll allow it.
Okay, what is this perception you said?
Yes.
18.
You both hear something like wood scraping, like maybe a chair moving away from a table, or like being bumped as it scrapes across the floor.
I keep listening.
It doesn't repeat itself. It's just a one-time sound.
Is there any new sound? Like something got up and is now moving?
Nope.
Okay. I just kind of telepathically say, I'm just going to skip anything that sounds like it's living.
Do I do it? I don't.
You don't? All right.
Do it. Release your anger.
I take a look. I have 2 more moves left, but I take a look to see what's below me, what's south, this little thing. Oh, cool.
It is a pile of humanoid bones. Looking at it without probably getting too close or into it, it does appear to be possibly from a human, like Golarion, Absalom, Pact World style human. That also could cover like elves and things like that for the most part, like a half elf or something. It's just it's definitely bones. They look very old, almost like either yellowed with age and look like they might be a little brittle.
Do I see anything else besides just bones?
Only if you want to dig in them.
I kind of peer at it from different angles.
Okay, roll me perception.
Okay. Well, I accidentally entered the room again.
You are consumed.
27.
27. There is a ring glinting on one of the fingers. It's gold and has a purple stone set in the band.
Well, 6 months ago, this would have disturbed me. At this point in time, I'm much less disturbed by this, considering the Gore and Viscera are gone. So I just kind of go, oh, he's not using it. And I reach down and I grab the ring.
The skeletal hand with a pile of bones grabs onto your
Of
wrist.
course he does. Of course he
Says-
does.
Greed! And collapses to a pile of dust, leaving you with a nice ring with a gold band and purple stone set into it.
It wouldn't be a spoopy thing without skeletons, that's for sure.
Please don't put it on
Spooky,
until
scary
you have it
skeleton.
freeze.
He had no use for it. He was being greedy. Stupid
Again,
dead
please
thing.
don't put it on until you have it appraised.
Oh, I'm just putting it in the bag.
Why are you taking Skeletal's ring?
Ring of dead dude.
I don't know. I think Rye would want to see how good it looked on him.
No, Rye would not. Not after something like that. No way.
The
I
slide's
might be able to
tempted.
knock it.
It hasn't had fingers in a long time.
I get to this point, and that's the end of my move.
You can see in the other little area there, it's empty.
Okie dokie.
Attempt
And-
number 4.
Yes.
Really, guy? Come on.
Would you roll?
16.
15.
Hey, you get a full turn in control of Rye's body. You can do whatever you want with Rye's body. Man,
Surprisingly,
if I could
enough,
only be so lucky.
Hey.
Oh wait, I can. I have a body snatcher slime living up in your business.
gonna do similar things. First, I'll move up to the here and peer around the corner.
Sure thing, boss. All stealth like.
And you hear me go, whoa, 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 whoa.
It
As
is
I-
a longish hallway, 5, 10, 15. It looks like 30 feet south. It does have a couple hallways going off to the east as far as you can tell. And at the end, there's a like ornate set of double doors on the southern wall there.
All right. And 20, and we'll listen to this door. Do
Go ahead.
perceptions or keep using
I'll
them?
keep those in. Those are high enough. You guys don't hear anything.
All right. So with that 20,
Are you going to
30.
open the door? Oh, you didn't open it. You don't hear anything in those doors either, or that door either.
I didn't think about opening the other one. I just kind of assumed I'll open this one.
All right. You have found what appears to be a little bed chamber inside this temple. It's just a couple of beds. They're not used recently, but they've got like old decaying sheets on them. A slight smell of mildew in the room.
And from here, I can't see anything under the beds, no nightstands or anything.
If you wanted to have Rye get down on all fours, you could probably check under the beds.
I won't have him get down on all fours, but I'll maybe like take a knee and kind of just peer.
Yeah. You get like to the point where you can get your head level with the bottom of the bed. Give me a perception check to both of you.
28.
23.
Under both beds, the shadows seem to be moving. They
I'll
don't.
shut the door and walk away.
Don't like this
Alright.
place.
Nope.
Works for me. Kind of bummed you didn't go in there, but that's fine. And you guys heading back to the northern door or the southern hallway?
Might as well kind of open this door real quick and be prepared to shut it again because F this place.
There appears to be, I can't tell if that's supposed to be liquid, but I'm going to call it a pile of like just, or not pile, an old dried stain of blood in the bottom left corner of this wide room. And there are 2 shelves. The shelves hold like old rotten foodstuffs. Like this was the pantry for the temple, and the food is like more mold than anything. It looks like moss has like kind of exploded out of all of these things, and kind of the bookshelves themselves, or the shelving units themselves, seem to be almost more moss than wood.
Rye,
well-
make a gag reflex.
I'm in control, so we're fine.
The smell is nauseating as you guys finally open the door and let air out of the room.
I shut it. I see no reason to go in there.
Sounds good.
All right.
And I think you're gonna wrap up your movement, or do you have more?
No, I have like 45 more.
Silly.
My
awkward
movement is
Yeah.
50.
Keep
so
doing
I
your thing then, son.
10, 15, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, so I have another 50.
Okay.
So 15, and I'll look down there.
It's a short hallway, leads back to it. Kind of truncates where the other bedroom did.
Alright, so might as well check it out. So 30.
It's another bedroom with 2 more cots. Looks similar, mildewing old sheets on them. Nothing else in the room. It's barren. The walls have no decoration or anything like that.
I feel no need to look under the beds, and I'm just going to shut the door and walk away.
Oh shit!
All right, so 30. And we'll end about there.
Perfect. Alrighty then.
Bad we missed a yellow key card somewhere.
Shut up, you bastards. I didn't make this one that complicated. We are coming to 10:30, so I'm going to give Brawl and Seeker one more go at this, and then we will wrap it up, and we will have just one more episode left for our spooktacular Halloween special. I know this one hasn't been quite as spooky, but that's because they've only bit a little bit. Brawl, what you doing?
Brawl is opening the door.
It's a janky, jagged hallway. You've left the temple proper, and you seem to be going deeper into what maybe feels like a cavernous, maybe mountain path, or a path set deep into the mountain, like almost like you're entering mines.
Well, this doesn't look too promising.
There are doors set about 50 feet north of you into the stone walls, heading further north.
Looks like we can keep heading further in, but I don't know. It doesn't look quite as nice as out here does.
Well, there's no other way to go, and we have a slime following us back there, so...
You guys get a beep on your comms, and it is Rex trying to get your attention.
Oh, hello, Rex. It's so good to talk to you. How are you today?
What up, fellow robot-ish thing? I just want to let you know that... actually, is there anyone else there I can talk to?
Oh, I'm here.
Could you get into a different room?
What?
But both of us or one of us?
One of you.
Why?
Who do you want to talk to?
Brawl.
You want to talk to me?
Yes.
Seeker, can you leave?
I really don't want to. No.
Rex wants you to leave. I mean, I'd rather have you be here. I turn off the comm really quick.
No, I don't like this. This is bad. There's something messing with us. That's what it is. It's something messing with us, and it's trying to separate us. We cannot be separated, Brawl. We don't want to end up like Rye.
I turn off the comm real quick, and then I go, you don't actually have to leave the room. I'm sure he won't know that you're still here.
Okay. Sure, I'll leave the room.
I've trained you for performances.
You turn the comm back on?
Yep.
All right. Hey, bro. Seeker's really gone, right?
Yeah, he's gone. He actually just closed the door.
All right. This is extremely important because Seeker's also back on the ship.
No.
And he pans hit the camera that he's speaking into, and Seeker, the fully normal version looking Seeker, kind of whiffs, hello in the background.
I don't like that at all.
So I'm looking at the pad here, then I just go.
You're in the room with him.
And I just wave, hello.
And he says hello.
Exactly like the Seeker on the thing, too.
Rye's worst nightmare, 2 of them.
Want to leave it at that?
I'm okay with that. Yeah, we'll leave it with the Seeker in stereo, and we'll go with that. We're going to wrap up tonight's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching part 2 of our 3-part episode. If you want to hang out for a little bit, if you guys are on the Twitch stream, we'll be doing the after party. We'll talk about the show and nonsense. If you guys are on the podcast, hang out and listen to where else to find us and maybe some stuff coming up, whatever I decided to talk about at the end of the podcast or made Justin talk about. we have one more episode of the Halloween special, and then in November, Chris will be taking over and running the Skitter Shot Starfinder one shot Paizo released for Free RPG Day. I will say he's also like gonna add a ton of extra content because that Skitter Shot is very short, and I'm making him do it for a whole month. So stay tuned for that. Having Chris GM's gonna be really fun. I'll try and be in the chat as much, but I'm gonna be focusing on writing books. That's my job. For everyone, if you guys need to figure out where else to find our episodes because you like tonight's episode, want to get caught up, or check out our other offerings like our Supernatural campaign we did for a brief spin, or the rest of Starfinder, you can go to bit.ly/neveryoutube. You could also find us on Twitter at bit.ly/nevertwitter. Our handle is just at NSTPcast. We're pretty active on there. We obviously have the Discord I talked about at the beginning of the episode. Facebook is bit.ly/neverfacebook. We need to get better on Facebook. We're working on it. I'm also going to have a web page or blog or something up before too long so we can start like combining all these areas into one place. If you guys wanted to give us any feedback or chat with us, again, hit that Twitter or that Discord. And thank you so much for listening. We will see you next time, same place, same time, 8:30 p.m. EST Tuesday. And we'll be wrapping up this Never Spook the Party series of episodes. Until we get to that, remember, guys, tricks way better than treats, and never split that damn party.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, D Money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chris. Chris isn't even here.
Oh yeah.
That was a perfect
Yeah.
yes, Chris. But
Yeah,
that's
right.
fine.
Jeez.
I blame D Money. He's just sitting there with a black screen doing